Good morning. What's up, awesome
Hi,
possums? I'm trying a new thing. I didn't
welcome
like
to
it. I'm
Land.
sorry.
No, no, but possums are cute,
Yeah.
so it's fine. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Nexus Adventures. Even though we put the time of the show an hour up, I'm still sleepy, but it's fine. Um, First and foremost, I would like our players to introduce themselves. I'll introduce myself first. Hi, I'm Satan. I'll be your DM for the day, and I'll take y'all on an adventure that you may or may not like. Um, Next, let's start with our amazing guest. God, words, wings.
Oh god, don't go first normally. Hi, I'm
Yeah.
Wings. I'm playing as Fibble to Do today. She is a human ranger fighter. And I took another level in fighter when we leveled up this last week, so I got another goddamn feat.
No feet on
So,
Twitch.
no feet on Twitch.
No feet on Twitch.
Next, RJ, who are you? Who are you playing?
Hello, everybody. I'm RJ, but today I'll be playing Rollin Grandbrook, the sorcerer paladin warlock. No, he's a sorcerer cleric.
Got this. Next, Jen. Sorry.
Hi, I'm Jen. I'll be playing Anthony Silverhorn, the Artificer Barbarian. And yeah,
His little buddy
he's
soon.
with his little buddy soon.
Then the goose. Is that Freya? Freya.
Freya, it's the goose, yeah.
And last but most certainly not least, Sarah.
Hi, y'all. I'm Sarah. I'll be playing Lucy, the Changeling Wizard Warlock. Welcome to my channel if this is your first time here. Just some quick channel announcements. We are a charity channel in this house. We raise money via this game and my other video game playing sessions that I usually play with this guy down here and ya boy Meta over in the chat. Um, and everything that comes in through this channel goes to charity once I am finally deemed worthy to get a Twitch payout. And our charity of choice in this house is the Trevor Project. And there will be info about that popping up in chat shortly.
Yes. Um, so last session we would do we usually do a recap, pick one of the players and do a recap, but you just fought a lot. You fought a lot of zombies. You fought some ghouls. You fought a devourer and some whites. And yeah, and Anthony, got some flashbacks, so that was. But anyway, you guys fought and you completed your mission helping the town of God, I forgot the name. Glenridig. There we go. I remembered. Here we go. And but what you needed to set on your journey to go to the Northern Waste. How are you taking on this adventure? How are you taking on this trip?
First of all,
Yes.
Fib is gonna do her ranger bullshit, and sense for undead within. We're in the mountains now, right?
You're currently up in Aylin's home. It's the morning after.
Morning after. Oh, okay. Well, she's gonna double check and make sure that there's no undead within the radius of her abilities, which is 6 miles in her favored terrain and 1 mile outside.
Um
It's a binary, yes or no, undead
yeah.
within that radius.
You set out your spell and there's no one dead.
Okay.
Except Frankie.
Except for Frankie. Have we had a long rest?
Yes, you've had a long rest. You slept through the night.
One lone
Please.
undead feline howling in the daylight.
Yeah.
That one's fine.
Mother!
I must scream.
I guess Rollin has just finished looking over Anthony and is writing in his notebook, kind of poking his head into rooms like, would you like a checkup? Would you like a checkup? Hey, can I walk you home?
It is just the four of you and Alien Fernando in the house. She's made up breakfast for you all. Would anyone like to take Rollin on his morning checkups?
No.
Uh,
Misty
Anthony's
steps
already
past you.
thrown a pillow
You
at
could have just
Rollin.
walked.
That would be easy for her.
Got to
Here.
hand it to Lucy. She does like her dramatics.
You hear a call from the kitchen. Breakfast is ready.
Yeah.
It's just so many pancakes and eggs and bacon and fruit and sausage. It's a lot.
Rollin piles a plate full of fruit, slides it over to Anthony.
Just takes it. All right. Sits down and starts eating it.
Now, Rollin, he's gonna need some carbs and some fat if he wants to keep that food lasting long.
Well, sure, but first off, have the good bits, then you can have the bad. That's how I kind of learned how to eat. I ate all my vegetables first, and then I could get at the meat and potatoes.
Were you ever fun?
It was more like a prize for me. Like, then I could get something I can enjoy.
Speaking of potatoes, she takes out a skillet and like just puts like breakfast potatoes and hash browns on the
There we go.
table.
Anthony feels a napkin slide into his lap.
Discreetly open it and just kind of tuck it away into my pocket.
There's like 3 pieces of bacon wrapped up in it.
Pocket
Pocket
bacon
bacon.
now.
Tiz
So-
is busy looking out the window, and like she's got some breakfast in her lap, and Dot just sits down next to her and starts like nibbling at her plate. The plate itself.
Not the food, but the
Not
plate
the
itself.
food, just the plate.
Yeah.
Miss Fib, you never said yes or no to one of my checkups.
Aren't you supposed to be doing that for Anthony?
Well, I figured since we fought zombies who are prone to disease, a bit of a checkup for everyone is in short order.
I've been fighting zombies for a long time.
How did you learn to detect undead? Can you teach me?
Well, it's less detecting them and more recognizing the signs.
Like what?
Well, if you're quiet for long enough, you can usually hear them groaning on the wind.
Yeah, but you could hear a lot of people groaning in a red light district. Am I right? This is me trying to be fun, Miss Lucy. Is it working for you?
Mr. Rollin, please not at the morning table.
Ooh, he got in trouble.
Not at the morning table.
So I'm never fun.
Well, next time you're doing it, you'll have to teach me.
All right.
Also, can you run me through your skincare routine? How do you still look like you're in your 20s? He looked ancient when I met him.
To be fair, I got beat up by several things before I turned 46.
That doesn't have anything to do with the color of your hair. It was gray. Almost
It could
white.
be stress. Some people have premature gray hair if they lead a stressful life.
It started turning gray at 31, so.
Well, there is this lotion that I make out of goat milk.
We'll have to try it.
Is that what you mean?
Sure.
Roland's trying to run through the chemical composition. Goat milk.
If it works, it works. Well, after you're done eating, I did pack you up some foods for your journey. I'm not sure where you're headed, but if you're traveling, I'm sure you're gonna get hungry on the road. So I packed you all little rations. And they're like rations, but they're like the good rations. Like you know how you can have like a Slim Jim, or you can have that really nice thick jerky.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice thick jerky. And like really good there's different types of there's sourdough bread, there's a pumpernickel, there's just sweet bread that's really good, and lots of cheeses and all that. But she'll set up a little almost traveling bag for y'all with food. It's the least I could do for all the help you all brought into this town.
Thanks.
I also packed some sweets in there for you. I was baking. I couldn't sleep last night that much, so I just baked my little heart out.
Thank you.
Much obliged.
Very welcome. Is there anything else I can do for any of y'all before you leave?
Does this town have a general store? I'd like to stock up on a bit of... Well, no, we should be fine on health potions, actually.
We're a little low on health potions after the attack.
I think we'll be fine.
We'll be fine.
I have plenty
I
if
can
you'd like
give you.
some.
I can give you 5 right now if you want them.
I've got 2.
Here, have 5. Give Spin 5 health potions.
Lucy's gonna take her plate over to Fib and drag a chair over. So, where else have you traveled to?
Oh God.
The war was what, 20 years ago? You must have seen a lot.
Out of character, can you open up the map for me?
Oh yeah, I thought y'all were on the map. 1 second, I'm on the map. Here.
Well, I have spent a little bit of time with the orc tribes.
Oh, really? When? We were just there.
Oh, it was a long time ago.
Probably when they traveled south.
For the most part, I just kind of stay around the grasslands. It's the place I know best.
Do you know Bracken too?
There are Bracken 1.
We'll roll a check.
History, if you want to
History?
remember.
Yeah.
Pistoli. That's just a flat D20 for me, baby, and I got a 19.
19.
Nice.
You've heard the name. You know there's an orc in the orc tribe named Bracken. But I wouldn't think
I know
you'd
them
know
when they
him.
were much younger.
About
How quickly do orcs age?
the same rate as humans. 1 second, sorry.
Is Bracken a common orc name?
No.
Was there a Bracken
oh,
1?
God. No.
Sorry. We're overwhelming you with questions when you're still working on the first one.
You know that there's an orc in the northern orc tribe named Bracken. You've heard of him. He was also in the war. But it's up to you if you would have gotten to know him more. If you shared that experience. He did know Anthony.
Okay.
Friend of Anthony's.
Was he a cool guy? Was he chill?
Yeah, he was cool. He's like that friendly jock.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Well, correct me. I'm just gonna run with this. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was also in the war. Kind of followed him home.
Really? Funny you didn't run into Anthony then.
How so?
Well, it's my understanding he spent quite a bit of time with Bracken. They're quite close.
Well, I wasn't with him all the time. I sort of wandered all over the place. Sometimes it just kind of feels like I wasn't here at all.
Who else did you spend time with there? Did you know Farah? She makes wonderful skincare products. Highly recommend her.
Yeah, she taught me how to make the lotion.
Did you sample her massage skills as well while you were there?
Oh, well, you know, she offered, but I bruise like a banana.
Interesting. You don't seem like
fair
her type.
skin, you see? What?
You're
Showing
grilling
you-
someone about your love interest at the party.
She told me that I had combination type skin.
And
what
let me see if
combination
you
would
can
that be?
see the pictures I just put.
Anthony's just eating bacon, watching this verbal ping pong match go on.
I'm not entirely sure.
And then it's just pouring tea quietly into your cups.
I'm not exactly an expert in skincare.
Sure, Lucy's winning.
I
It's been
think
a
so.
pleasure talking to you this morning, Fib.
The more
We'll talk
Fib
skincare later.
The more Fib gets grilled, the faster her knitting needles go.
Several scarves are made.
So, as you finish up your breakfast, where are you heading?
Before we leave, Fib will gift our hosts a pair of gloves.
Oh dear, these are lovely. Thank you so much. When did you find the time to make these?
Oh, just when I was on watch.
Oh, well,
Helps
thank
me
you.
stay awake and pay attention, you know?
I understand. Thank you so much, dear. Is it all right if I give you a hug?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, she'll just give you. It's one of those like really warm, like mom hugs.
Aw.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And she'll put them on. It's like, I'll keep my fingers toasty warm.
They're made out of the color changing yarn that
Ooh.
Anthony got.
She's in love with them. She loves them. Well, is there anything else I can help you with? Do you need guidance on where you're going?
Do you know anything about going across the mountains?
Mountains.
We're heading to the northern wastes.
Oh, that's sure is a journey. Well, there's a bit of a mountain pass between here and Torlund. It hasn't been used in a while. Most people don't really like going. I don't think it goes all the way through though. I think it only
We
just
can't go
goes
to
to the
Torlin.
top.
Dragon.
What?
Nothing.
Bad
My
breakup. Better if we stay away from there.
It wasn't a
Well, it's
bad
not. It's
breakup.
not in Torlund. It's between here and Torlund. It's between the
Either
two towns.
way, it's just, closer.
Wait, which is it? Is it a breakup or a dragon?
Both, actually. I'll tell you about it in the cart.
What?
Huh?
No, I'm
Don't
not
you
gonna
worry.
shame you abilities for who you have fun with. Just be safe, Mr. Silverhorn.
Oh no,
Well,
he had no
it's-
idea it was a dragon at the time. You see. Lucille launched into the story about Anthony and this dragon.
I feel like this story goes on as we go out the door and get into the car.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Miss Island.
Like I said, the pass hasn't been used much, and I don't think there's a exit to the other side.
Thank you.
Okay, bye. Have fun. I think. Stay safe. Come visit.
Oh, this cup's yours. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, it's fine. Make sure y'all stay safe and stay alive so you can come visit me. All right?
Will do.
And she'll pat your cheek round. And she'll let you guys head on out.
Mhm. Oh, and I sent a messenger bird the night before. Out into the world.
Okay. So as you're heading out, you can grab your cart and make your way. It is not even a day, or it's like maybe an hour or two between.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Between thank you, Glenriddig and Torlund.
Before they leave, Lucy's gonna outfit the cart with that, like, soundproof tarp to cover the top of it. Anthony, would you help me up front with the driving?
Yeah, I thought you knew how to drive. Just get in
I
the car.
am a little rusty. Why don't you just come up here with me?
All right, soon to sit on Dot. Freya's just following Rylan around.
Come on now,
Straight
rest
up.
of you in the back. Let's go. It's gonna be so much fun.
So, for the two guests, the tarp that she's mentioning, when the tarp is on, whoever's in there can't hear outside, and who's ever outside can't hear inside.
Oh yeah, from the slavers.
Yeah. Uh,
The what?
Opens the flap. Don't worry about it. Have a great ride. Closes the flap. What the hell is she?
That's A great question. And I wish I knew.
Do you want to grill her next?
Oh, I should. We
All right.
won't like the answers, I'm guessing, but, maybe she just has really good skincare. I mean, I've seen very youthful-looking people at
Youthful
her
looking,
age.
but I guarantee that no one ages like the way she has, which is not at all.
But she could have some elfish or dwarfish heritage in there.
Where was her family from? Is her family still in Loonberry?
Think so. Maybe. Look, I've not been in Loonberry for some time. I've not been involved with politics for some time. So that's Tessa's mess now.
I'm aware. I'm gonna drive for the next 20 minutes and then switch out with Fib. How's that sound?
Fantastic.
She'll drive
Thank
for...
you for the bacon.
You're welcome.
While they're doing that, in the back of the cart, Rollins doing his own grilling.
Oh, she's gonna be well done at this rate.
Just the book out, just questions. So, Miss Fib, any family history of disease, diabetes, high blood pressure?
Click, clack, click, clack.
Oh, I didn't know much about my family.
Any allergies?
I don't think so.
Now, you don't have to really answer this, but a human typically well, I've seen Mr. Anthony's files and read up on them. About 40s, they look a lot different than they did in their 20s.
Click, clack, click, clack.
And I doubt a skincare routine is the answer for that. Any elvish heritage in you?
I don't know. I guess it's possible. I never knew my father, and my mother had me when she was pretty old. Like 40.
Oh, that's rare. Well, not really. People typically... He starts muttering to himself. All right, so if you're feeling comfortable, and he's gonna pull out his rubber gloves.
What are those for?
Sanitation? I press to digitize them every time after an operation.
Operation?
No, sorry. Also for checkups.
Who says I need a checkup?
It's sort of my job. That's why I was hired. Check up on everyone.
To check up on Anthony.
As a doctor, if I see patients... Well, I shouldn't pry, actually. Part of the... Oh, shoot. I took the cup.
I thought you left that behind.
I did too.
You had 2 cups.
Oh shit, he was doing that thing where like you have 2 cups in the house and you keep going back and forth between the 2 of them, and by the time you finish drinking them, they're both cold.
Mm-hmm. You're a very interesting case, Miss Fib.
Okay, bye, Sadie.
I'm just a lowly shepherd.
With a great skincare regimen. Insight check.
Go ahead. Roll an insight. I would... Whatever you want to roll, roll it. If you're rolling in roll 20, whisper it to me. Or just text it to me.
Yep.
This is a strange field.
You do have nat 20s.
Do I need it, though?
I don't know. Do you?
Probably
I whispered you in roll 20.
Okay.
Which nat 20 is going to win?
Fib,
Do you have
roll-
any modifier to your insight? Because yours is gonna win.
Fib, are you rolling a nat 20?
Nah. I'll
what
save that for something more
Whisper
dramatic.
to me what you're rolling, whether it's deception or persuasion.
Is it, doesn't matter. Yes. I'm just gonna go ahead and roll it to you.
KK. Okay. And I'm gonna make these assumptions based on the conversation we just had, Wings. With an insight check, you don't get the feeling that she's lying. She's being honest. But there's certainly an air of unknown from both you and her. As in, the answer is definitely something else, but none of you know it.
Well,
But she's being honest.
I'll say she's being honest, but
Mhm.
she is dancing around the subject an awful lot.
Mm-hmm.
well, if it calms you any, I am under no discretion for my patients.
She's gonna kind of look over her shoulder and say,
Hold on. He's gonna raise a finger and then turn to the flap and poke his head out. Hey, don't poke your head in here. I'm doing a thing.
What are you doing?
Enjoy yourselves. Have fun. Oh, wait, he can't hear me.
Don't say it like that.
All right, Mr. Take off your shirt.
It's well, like you can't hear through the flap, right?
No.
So as he's closing the flap, it's like, don't say it like that.
They can't hear us through there, can they?
I don't think so. Hold on. Mr. Silverhorn.
You guys can't
What?
hear anything that's happening outside the cart.
Yeah, and so I
And
could
they
posit
can't hear
that they
inside.
Yeah. Mr. Silverhorn, I broke soon. Nah, we're good.
Soon just gives you a very loud, angry beat before he settles down.
What? And he comes in here and you're all fixed, and he gets all stressed out, and then you get a laugh, I get a laugh, and then the toaster laughs, and I shoot the toaster.
Soon, and your voice says toaster before he scuttles away.
I love it. Antony's married to Feanor, isn't he?
Yes. It's pretty recent.
I figured.
Master Feanor never invited me to their reception.
Well, that makes two of us.
Ronald will sit down next to Fib and pat her arm.
You know, I hesitated to go home after the war. It just kind of felt like there was nothing there for me, you know?
No family in Bloomberry?
She just kind of shakes her head.
My mom had died not long before I left. All I really had was Antony.
Well, it's good that you did come back, if you had unfinished business with him. Form might have changed, but Anthony's still Anthony.
There is a very visible reaction when you say unfinished business.
Poor choice of wording.
She gives you a fearful look.
There's nothing wrong with you from what I can tell. You're just different. Different's not necessarily bad.
And what exactly is different about me?
Well, for one, you still look like you're in your 20s. So technically speaking, you're still the same, but I'm not going to get into the mental gymnastics of this right now when I'm trying to comfort you.
And nothing else.
I can't really tell much from here. I'd have to take blood work, to take skin samples. Not that that's an option on the table right now. Match it up to what... Well, technically I don't have anything of yours on file. This is a nightmare.
How quickly can you do a checkup?
A basic checkup, maybe 10 minutes.
Okay. But make it quick.
A medicine check.
Ooh. 21.
21. Okay. Fib, what does he find out in this checkup?
If I question her, like, so with the stethoscope, do I hear a heartbeat?
Yes, but it is very slow.
It is to the point where, like, a minute, it's maybe 1 or 2.
I take her temperature. Is it below 70 degrees Fahrenheit?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Blood pressure. Would he have a... Probably not.
What?
Oh, the thing to check the inner ear.
You could. I would say so. It's like has like a little tiny gem of brilliance that does this little light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her skin coloration, it's pale?
Yes. I mean, she was a pale woman in life and before or after.
Okay.
She's pale. She's a pale woman. I think if you look closer, you can see a bit more of a whiter, paler parlor.
Yeah,
I don't know.
no ear blockages, I hope.
You see a worm coming. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No!
After that, if I ask her to breathe for me, do I hear like a rattly breath, or is it just a smooth intake?
It's a smooth intake, though I would say, does she breathe?
I think she does. If we look at our stat, if we look at the
Yeah.
stat block we've been referencing.
Yeah.
But
she
I
breathes.
want to say that there's a whistling sound when she does.
Oh,
She's
that's
got
not good.
asthma.
Something like that.
Well,
if you have to actually put hand to skin in order to like hear breath, like that is to say, if you see her bare back, is that a thing that happens?
well, he'd put a stethoscope to
A
your back.
stethoscope to the back, yeah.
You would feel like some pretty gnarly scar tissue on her back.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
One would say maybe a lethal wound.
Pretty near fatal. And if you actually look at her armor, that lines up pretty well with that hole in the back.
So when you said you found this armor on someone out in the field, was it before the dents or...
Well, a lot of the dents are from before. But I have been wearing it for a long time.
Right. Some of these wounds are, by all accounts, lethal blows. Am I that type of... I'm gonna ritually cast Detect Magic.
Okay. I guess there is, I would say, yeah, some necromantic magic in there.
Well, by all accounts, you're not healthy. Your blood pressure is abnormally low, so is your heart rate. You are almost freezing to the touch. Hypothermia should have set in probably hour 1 we met you. But by all accounts, you function fine. He'll walk over to his notebook and he'll tear Fib's page out and burn it with prestidigitation.
If you'd like to make an assumption or a guess as to what's going on, you can enroll me in Arcana check.
I kind of
Or-
know what's going on.
Yeah, but like, if you want to know for certain, you could
You
do it
know
with
what?
advantage.
I have 3 nat 20s. I'll use 1.
Use
Thank
one.
you, subs. Y'all the bomb.
Doms always thank your subs.
Subs are always in control.
DanaeKeener.com.
You've never treated one or met one that you know of, but you are aware of revenants. You are aware that they are creatures brought back from the dead to complete some unfinished business or some vengeance quest. And you can make a very safe assumption that she is a revenant.
What are the conditions that brought you back? And I'll begin to explain to Fib what a revenant is.
She listens quietly.
Well, there's one or two things that I haven't done. Let's back up a little bit here. How obvious is it?
To those that don't know you, not obvious at all.
Yeah, but how obvious is it to Anthony?
Give the man enough facts, he could put 2 and 2 together. But I think a bit of obliviousness is one of his weaker points.
You need to help me. He can never know.
I did say patient confidentiality.
But you understand, right? The way he is with undead.
Yes, yeah. Past traumas and the like.
Will you help me?
Come to me if anything is wrong. I'll do my best to patch you back up.
She gives you a really intense look for a moment and hugs you.
Now, Miss Fib, in a professional capacity, that was unacceptable. I shall be speaking with HR about this.
Sorry!
I'm kidding. You're fine.
She straightens herself.
Yes, of course. Jokes.
He'll take her hands in his and just give them a pat.
Right.
This might be a bit rough.
What?
Oh, the keeping secrets in a party sort of thing.
Oh. Well, it won't be that different.
as you have your talk in the back of the car, is there any specific conversation going on in the front?
No, that could have been happening when we had our other conversation. She'll switch out with Fib.
Mm-hmm. Fib, you're pushed into the front of the car.
Not necessarily. Lucy will
Like,
slightly
we
open.
can never let him know, and then zoop.
Lucy will give it a little while and just be like, okay, they've got to be done in there now. Even I don't take this long. Are you two done yet?
Rollins packing up his tools. Yeah, we just finished.
Fib, I'm feeling tired. Can you take over the reins for a bit?
Oh, sure.
Good
I
luck
suggest-
with him. I tried to teach him.
I suggest an emotional support cuddle with Dot. It is very warm, and if you use prestidigitation, you can make her smell like lavender.
I don't have prestidigitation.
Snaps and makes Dot smell like lavender.
Did you ask Dot if Dot wanted that to happen?
Looks over to Dot.
Wall eyes.
I don't think she minds much.
Animals have thoughts and feelings, you know. You shouldn't do that. But she'll have a cuddle with Dot.
That's pretty comfortable.
Dot is very fluffy.
So, Doctor
Nibbles at your hair.
looks to the front of the cart. Anything I need to be concerned about?
No?
Good. I'll hold you to that.
I'd stake my license on it.
I'll hold you to that as well. Although that's not the only thing I'll be taking from you if you're wrong.
Well, is there any other conversations you'd like to have on this trip there?
Probably not diegetically. I think
Nice
Fib and
word.
Anthony just I watched Chicago recently. It's on my mind. I think Fib and Antony just kind of reminisce about the old days and start comparing notes about places they've been and people they've met.
He'll tell you a very wild story about the time he was on the sea and big Kraken baby tried to attack the ship.
She'll tell you about the time she came across a town where an entire flock of sheep were possessed by a demon and she had to figure out how to exorcise it even though she has no religious affiliations.
It's a sheep, honestly.
Well, there's really nothing in their heads to begin with, so it's really easy to get in there.
I suppose. Just why sheep? Children are much more effective.
I guess there were just no children around.
I can make a talking doll. We could pretend it's the demon and stick it in Ryland's tent or bed.
Why would you do that? That sounds so mean.
Yeah, true. But hilarious.
After all these years, you haven't changed, and no one's keeping you in check.
They've tried. They've tried wildly, never succeeded.
I guess there are some things that never change.
That's true. I'm glad you're here, Fib.
She just kind of smiles at Anthony, and it fades a little and becomes a little sad.
I'm glad I can be here.
Me too. And if anything's on your mind, we can piss off and go to the hills and just watch Dot chase some butterflies like we used to.
Well, Dot usually just kind of watches the butterflies nowadays. She's been slowing down lately.
Old girl.
Still loyal, though.
One of the best. You do have to regale me sometime as to why you chased me across an entire continent.
Well, it's pretty simple, actually. Mom was gone, and I felt like you needed me.
That is pretty simple. What did you do when you entered the battlefield?
She kind of blinks as she goes back to that place. Her expression becomes hard. I did what I needed to. I had to learn a lot. The goats
Yeah.
helped.
Ha! I'm sure they did. You know,
She gets out the 3 figurines she has and lines them up on the seat between them and says, only Dot's kind of the only one left, but these little guys, they found another way to stick around.
So entering a battlefield with goats, 4 of them effectively, robbing a man, person, woman of their armor.
They were already gone. They weren't using it.
True. My big question is, why didn't you just stay at the encampments? Why did you enter the field?
I was looking for you.
Could have been at the encampments. Safer option.
It's true. I didn't really get that far. That is... Well, I kept on trying to find them, but, you know, undead kept on getting in the way, and I had to keep on hunkering down and hiding. The whole thing was kind of a blur.
You know, Kalish suffered the heaviest loss due to their incompetence. We were lucky that the Twilight Court decided that we should stay free, to be honest. And the heaviest fighting was always to the north. And I have a hard time believing, Fib, that you survived all that.
I have a hard time believing that too. But here I am.
You and your goats.
Yeah.
She stacks the goats back up again and then whisks them away into her pack.
Anthony, I'm going to protect you for as long as I can.
I don't mean to laugh. A lot of people want to protect me, and I'm very appreciative of it. It's weirdly the most loved I've felt outside of my immediate family.
She looks away from Anthony as tears brim in her eyes.
If there's anything I can do for you, Fib, let me know, because while I appreciate the protection, it needs to go both ways. Let me protect you for a bit.
She pulls herself together. Well, you know me, I always like yarn. So if you can ever get me more yarn, I'll be happy as a clam.
Shifts over the small bag of holding. Just think of a color, pull one out.
What? She thinks of a color. I'm gonna say like verdant, like Hobbiton grass green. And she reaches in and pulls it out. She's like, how is this possible?
Well, you see, I own a yarn shop.
Oh, so it was already in there.
Yes, I'm not that clever.
Oh my gosh, I was afraid that this was a bag that magically conjures yarn, and I was all like, my entire livelihood gone!
No, I wouldn't rob people of that joy of spinning, dyeing, making yarn. That'd be an entire Sunday gone. Why would I do that?
Can I keep this?
Yes, it's yours. I've got, picks inside the bag, 100 more if you want more.
She gets a faraway look in her eyes, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So as you talk about your yarn shop and how you did not ruin her livelihood,
There's a fucking Ravelry account just like spinning through her head, like so many projects.
you continue your path on the road, and you see that who Fib and Anthony both make me a perception check, or one with advantage.
I'll do it.
You can do it. Yeah, I'll give you the advantage.
Please tell me the rolls, as I have many tabs open.
Sure, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. As you're thinking about all the projects you can make, you're still making sure to keep Anthony safe and keep an eye on the road. And excuse me, I need a little bit of stretch. As you're looking out on the road, you do see there is a path leading straight that you can see will lead towards the next town, but there is a divergent path to your right as you look towards the mountains. It looks a little overgrown, but it's there. You wouldn't be able to find it if you weren't looking for it, but it is there.
So we're traveling up that way?
I think that's the best way, yes.
All right. Might be some spots where we have to travel on foot. Not sure if the cart can make it all the way through.
Is it possible for us to leave the cart behind somewhere? Maybe cover it with some leaves? Pick it up on our way back?
Possible. I'll ask Lucy if she can send a message to the Orcish tribe to pick it up so it'll be safe. I'm sure they can hunt out this way during their travels.
All right.
And the horse. Are we taking the horse? Should we take the horse?
How sure-footed is this horse?
It's a horse. Look, I don't travel by horse. I walk everywhere. It's remarkable we got this far and didn't crash.
I should probably leave the horse behind. We don't want it falling over or hurting its legs.
Rollin just pokes his head out of the tent. Technically speaking, horse legs are actually fingers.
Can't hear what they're saying.
We left it open a little bit.
You left it open.
One of the two of them one of the either
It's-
Lucy or Rollin accidentally slipped it open a little bit.
Just peeking their head through.
It's a little Scooby-Doo moment. We've been here the whole time.
Wolfert is awful sure-footed, and he can carry maybe 2 people at a time.
Who?
Oh, Wolfert.
And she produces one of her little goat figurines.
Remember that one time in town?
Fib, do you still have my ring handy?
Oh, yeah.
If you tell the horse to go back to Loomberry, he should be able to find his own way. Sprinkles is pretty well traveled.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting I have this.
I'll attach a note to Sprinkles saying, "Not lost, just traveling home, knows the way."
She
Sounds
goes and
good.
grabs Sprinkles' face and puts her forehead to theirs, and
Horse girl moment?
horse girls to it.
Go home, Sprinkles. Sprinkle says okay.
Excellent. I'll arrange for someone from Loomberry to meet up with him.
Yes, considering we got Sprinkles in a different town.
He was in Loomberry. He knows the way home.
But does Sprinkles consider Loomberry home, or does he consider the other town home?
I guess we'll find out.
Dot, can you please specify that he's supposed to go to the second to last town that he was in Loomberry?
Are you talking to the goat or to me?
To you. Oh, sorry, Fibble.
Sorry, they both have monosyllabic words.
Are we pulling over here?
Yes.
Fib will
Good.
go intercept Sprinkles and be more specific.
You sense there's a pause of trying to figure out where it's supposed to go.
Existential crisis.
Yeah.
Where is home? Oh, it just keeps following us because home is where we are.
Lucy will let Anthony deal with the tarp. She's going to Sending Earring Jack. Are you still in Loomberry?
Yes.
We're about to cross the mountains. We're sending Sprinkles back. Can you arrange for someone to travel up the road and maybe meet him? And how far away from Loomberry are we? Is it 2 days?
You're about 2 to 3 days.
He should be getting close in about 2 to 3 days.
All right. I'll
Thanks.
arrange that.
And then she'll cast an actual sending to the orc tribe. To Bracken.
Okay.
From Anthony, leaving a cart at gives the general area of where they're leaving the cart. If possible, can you pick up on your way south?
Oh yeah, I can totally do that. That's fine.
Bracken said he could do it. And Jack's gonna arrange for someone to meet Sprinkles.
Excellent.
Anything else?
I'll turn to Rylan and Viv. If we see a green dragon, do not attack it, please.
See that?
I make no promises.
Is that
He's
the one you
Lord of-
dated?
Yes, he's the one I dated. He's Lord of these mountains. He's actually very intelligent, and I want to keep that intelligence in the world for other people.
Why?
Advancements of society need to occur, and he's one of those minds that allows it to occur. So having him in the world is good for the general public,
Rollin
despite
leans-
him being a dragon.
What's his name?
I call him.
Honey Bear?
No!
Pookie.
Schnuckums?
Sugar
What size
Bums.
does he wear? Is it about the same size as you?
He's a
No,
little bit
he's
bigger than
yeah,
me,
a little
but,
taller, leaner.
She's like
Very
examining
well
that
defined
green
abs.
yarn she has.
Greener, from what I heard.
oh,
On
Oh,
the
he
other
actually
side.
wasn't green when we met him. He looked absolutely normal. He's currently trapped as a human form.
yes,
Trapped? That's terrible.
cursed. But
Walking
that's
and
not the
talking.
issue. Volthoden is a very nice dragon, and just leave him be. He's not an issue. Our issue is the mountain. So if we have an encounter with him, he's fine. He's on our side, sort of.
I
Thank
will
them.
put up a picture of him in the Roll20.
Rollin will lean over to Lucy. So was it a messy breakup, or were they friends when they did it?
Oh, he didn't even know that he was with him. Anthony can be very obtuse about social
Lucy,
situations.
remember
sometimes.
Thank you on
Anthony
that.
saying that he punched him and then left?
Fib
Lucy's,
gets out
yeah.
a pair of circular
Lucy lives
needles
where it
and
is.
starts. Oh, sorry. Fib gets out a pair of circular needles and starts casting on for a sweater vest.
I didn't know he was a dragon until he turned into a dragon. We were just talking shop, and I wanted to build a cannon, and he was impressed, and then he turned into a dragon. I panicked and punched him.
Like I said, not good in social situations.
Hmm.
No, that sounds like you.
Ah,
Oh,
thank
hello
you,
there.
Fib.
That's Voitharon.
I learned Draconic because of him. I wanted to apologize.
Aunt, that's so sweet.
And I felt bad for punching him. I didn't mean to. I just honestly panicked. I mean,
You
if
learned
it,
an entire language because you wanted to apologize to an ex?
As long as you both were consenting adults, whatever happens, happens.
yes to both.
I never said I had a problem with it. I just had a problem with how he treated us.
Ah.
He's a dragon. I mean, and yes, no excuse, but yes, he's a chromatic dragon. I mean, they have a reputation of being that.
Yeah, well, Aunt, you have a reputation too.
Yes.
Yeah, he does.
Both of you never allowed to be together alone ever again.
Both of us or all three of us?
Yes, I've decided this right now. Never alone. You have to stay separately from now on. Just only time we're ever together is when we are in a battle or sleeping in the little mushroom hut. that
Oh,
we have.
excellent. We can sleep together. I'm so glad we made that clear.
Oh.
Oh.
Logistics.
We
about
were
it can
sleeping
get
together? If that were
very
the case, I would have
confusing.
put down my book.
According to Anthony.
Oh
It's
my
so
gosh.
cute when you try to tell me what to do. And she'll just pat his cheek and keep on walking.
Rollin will lean over to Fib. Hey, you want to see Anthony jump?
Do I?
He'll pull out his gloves and just snap the elastic. To make the sound.
And Sue just chuckles on your shoulder.
Fib like punches Rollin in the shoulder.
Terrorize the poor man.
Terrorize? It's terrorizing him.
She does laugh at that.
Next time I die, I'm gonna come back as a dragonborn.
I'm pretty sure that's not up to you, Mr. Anthony.
I've decided. The Raven Queen can have an argument with me, but I've decided.
As you're making decisions about fighting the Raven Queen, you start going up the mountain pass. Sprinkles has already started leaving, and you do see that it is, while a little bit overgrown, there is a path that it does take you up the mountain. It comes and goes in levels. It goes up and then kind of flattens and then circles and twirls. So it's not a straight line, but it is there. Um, how are you guys traveling? What order are you guys traveling in?
I'll be somewhere near the front, probably just kind of ranting to myself at this point, just moderately paced.
Fib will,
For-
Fib will
No,
look
guys.
towards the front as well. I think that Dot's going to be kind of doing that thing that like dogs do when they're off the leash, which is to say just kind of like rummaging around in the bushes and like wandering about. But she's like doing it so on a sheer cliff.
Hey, what's that in your mouth?
Put that down. Runs up.
Let's see. Ooh,
And she is a
okay.
goat, so it literally could be anything.
Literally.
What's that in your mouth? Oh god, it's soon! Distressed beeping becoming more distant.
He'll be right. He'll be right.
How long are you traveling?
I say until about maybe an hour before like sunset, so they have a place to
Okay.
find camp and set up, so they're not caught out in the dark in the mountains.
All right. So you left Glenriddig in the morning. So you probably could travel about. Let's say you left at 9, travel 2 hours. That's 10, 11, maybe. It's the winter, so I'd say maybe 6 hours. And it's just before sunset. You can start seeing the sky turn darker. The night is getting colder. So please put on your winter clothes, passengers, if you could. And that's a plus 12.
Fib produces knitwear for most of the group. Antony gets a scarf. It's double knit and it's got patterns that are traditional to Loomberry on it. One side is the yarn that she made from Dot, and the other side is the color changing yarn that he gave her. She produces like you know one of those like earmuff things that it's kind of like a headband, but it's intended to go over the ears without messing up your hair. She gives that to Lucy. I'll say that that's made out of just her the stuff that she got from Dot. And for Rollin, I don't know what's the most vulnerable part of him that would need warmth. Fingies. Okay. He gets a pair of mitts that has a fold-out bit that has fingerless gloves underneath, so that he can flip those back and then perform his somatic components for his spells. And those are fair-isled with the dot wool and also the color change.
I like it.
Thank you so much, Fib. This will come in handy. Lucy immediately puts hers on. How do I look?
Fantastic.
Wonderful. Puts on the scarf. Nice and warm.
Fingers, no fingers. Fingers, no fingers.
Flap, 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 flap.
Yeah.
Best part of those gloves. Do we
As
see
you-
a clearing?
There are areas that you can set up in. There are a lot of trees. Like I said, this path is a bit overgrown, but if you can clear out a bit of like fallen branches and leaves and stuff if you'd wish to make a clearing big enough for either camping or your little cottage.
I learned a new spell. Do you want to use the cottage today, Anthony, or do you want me to use that? It's called Tiny Hut.
Let's see what you can do. I want to see how you've carried on with your magic.
Well, I mean, it was just kind of handed to me, but if you want, okay, fine. She'll she'll clear out a 10-foot circle on the ground and take 10 minutes to cast Leomund's tiny hut. She creates a cozy ambient temperature inside of it.
As you are casting this, Anthony, you get a message. Silverhorn, what are you doing in my mountains?
He just kind of visibly jumps and then hunches over. Well, shit. We're just passing through. That's all.
Hmm. All right.
Oh, yeah.
I got your letter.
Fantastic. Did you like the blueprints I sent?
Yes, it could definitely use some finagling, but it's a great start.
Finagling?
Yes. Anything can be
So,
improved, Silverhorn.
I'm insulted. My cat's the
Good.
mess. She's sitting right next to me.
I'll tell her I said she can be improved.
She will literally burn your face off.
All right, she can try. Anywho, why do you want me to look after a town?
Oh, undead. Devour.
Oh,
all that
yes, no, I
jazz.
read your little adventures. But what goes on there is their business, not mine.
It's gonna become your business, dear friend.
Is it a threat?
No, that's just how the undead are. You know this.
If you solved the issue, I don't see why it would be my problem. Unless you didn't, and then just left.
Oh, the Devourer told me, very plain and bussel, that there might be more. Doubt that they'll be the last, and called me a fool or an idiot, something along those lines.
Devours nasty little things. I will make sure that me and my land are safe. I know how to keep something from getting out of hand. Might be a bit tricky now, given my condition, but do stop by for tea if you can.
I would love to, but unfortunately I'm going north-ish, not towards you.
That is sad. I did enjoy that little failing you brought with you.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't touch her. She's literally been adopted by myself.
Oh, congratulations on your new parenthood.
Additional parenthood, but yes.
Additional parenthood. I didn't say I was going to do anything. I just enjoyed her presence. Quite a smart mouth on her.
Yes. Are you near us? Is that what's going on?
As near as I can be. I don't think you understand how dragon lairs work, dear.
Not in their entirety, no.
I can see you, but I'm
That's
not there.
weird. Well, if you're not going to come bother us, I'm going to go have a nice meal, go to sleep, and continue on my way.
Right. I'm going to go improve your design. And the call drops.
And then he just kind of seethes for a moment and turns to everyone.
Were we able to hear this conversation that they had?
It is sending. You can hear his side if he wasn't quiet.
Oh, he wasn't.
So who exactly were you just talking to about me, and why are they not allowed to touch me?
He's going to improve my cannon.
Who?
The bastard.
Oh, the dragon.
Ah,
Yes.
To be fair, I did give him permission to touch me. He just didn't want to. Finishes the circle. All right, it's ready.
So,
Ta-da!
have we decided we don't like the dragon?
Oh, no. He's an inventor like myself. Just, he can't improve Freya. I literally made Freya to perfection. Your heart's beautiful.
excellent work, Miss Lucy.
Thank you. I'm going inside. Says he wants to see what I can do and totally ignores it. What a jerk.
Fib is like halfway done with this sweater vest, and she's like, "So am I frogging this or no?"
No, keep it up. It's just improve Freya. It's not impossible to improve Freya. She's literally perfection. Grumbles as he travels into the hut.
You hear a bird call that almost sounds like a laugh for some reason.
Oh, we have a raven here that does that. I don't like it because it sits in the pine tree and does it.
That is creepy as fuck. But yeah, he's probably a raven that does that mimics a laugh, yeah,
I always
and
hate
then
that
flies away.
when I know it's a mimicking bird, because it's like, who are you listening to laughing?
Why that particular laugh?
And why were they laughing?
Hey, you know what? Some of us just have a weird cackle and it's natural, okay?
Don't judge the cackle.
Fair enough. I'm sorry.
So you set up your tiny hut. You are able to go in. You set it at a cozy temperature. How do you make the outside look? Are you trying to make it blend into the forest?
What's it look like? It's through. It just says it's opaque, so it would probably just be a neutral color.
Okay, a neutral color. Are you taking watches? What are you doing for the
I'll
night?
set up the alarm spell on the circle, squared kind of thing.
Mhm.
The square that sits inside of the circle.
Yep. You can do that. So you set up for the night, unless there's any other conversations that you would like to have. We will go through. No watches, so we'll go through the nights. Anthony, you do get awoken by your alarm spell throughout the night. Mostly it's it happens a couple times. At first, because I believe you can see outside of it, right?
Yes.
We can see outside of it, nothing can see inside of it.
You see you see a fox kind of like sniffing and just kind of like pawing at it.
Mhm. I'll send Soon to chase the fox away. Give it a flash of bright light before Soon comes back in.
Oh, you scared. But you do see like a few other animals just curiously kind of sniffing at it, so that just set up your alarm spell a few times. Um, make hmm. Hmm. Uh, Lucy. Make me a wisdom check.
Okay. It's a 7. I get a +5 on that. I rolled a 2.
Lucy, as you are sleeping, your dream plummets into an inky black void. And through it, you see this gnarly, wicked-looking onyx rock that looks shaped by wild winds. And on top it sits a sword. That is what's the word? That is pinned on this rock. That's not the word, but that's the one that came up. You see a black onyx hilt that comes up and curves up over the bottom of the blade, and from there, that semi-cup shapes comes this red energy that glows and pulses, and you see it form into a blade.
That's very metal and I like it.
You can sense, even in a dream, there's something to this, and it almost calls to you.
Is there a King Arthur around? Lancelot? Oh, please say there's a Guinevere. Fuck. That's just Lucy in her dream. Thank you for your input. Go lay down, please, sir.
Make me another wisdom saving throw.
Okay. I'm excited too. Yes, thank you. I know it's cropped out, but there's currently a doggo behind me. 10. I'm rolling well.
You feel a pull to it. Like it's calling to you. Almost calling your name, though you're sure you've never seen this before. Do you just stand there?
Is she able to control her body in this dream?
You are.
She'll move towards it.
Okay. As you move toward, it's not too far away, maybe 15, 20 feet. But you see the deep red glow of it just get brighter and brighter. You can feel the closer you are to it, the more clearly you can see the power coming from this sword.
Gee, now would be a great time to have identify.
You
Just
see,
look at it.
You see these little wisps of light and smoke from it, and they're almost like as if driven by wind, they push and get to you and almost curl around your skin, around your arms, your face, and you feel a jolt of just power.
She'll do that dream thing where, like, you go to grab it and then you're just like, no.
As you almost touch, at every time your hand gets closer, you can see the glow intensify and the light smoke trails just kind of wrap around your hand.
Yeah, she's gonna back away from that.
As you back away, you still hear it calling to you as it fades into the inky black. And it's gone.
Skyrim chanting intensifies. I found one of the mystical words written in stone.
Make me one more wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Oh! That's the good one. That's a 24.
24. There's definitely something about the sword that calls to you and almost wants you to have it. So, other than that, you have a dreamless sleep. The morning comes, the sun rises, You are all awake, not having been interrupted by monsters or creatures or even a green dragon.
Does Lucy remember the dream?
You remember the image of that sword and the power it had and how it called to you. And as you wake up, that's where we'll take a break. And we'll be right back. In about 5 minutes, we're gonna go grab drinks, go to the bathroom, grab some snacks, and we'll be right back and see you in 5. Bye.
And we're gonna try not to get cursed by a weird ass sword. Bye! Oh, hang on. everyone. Welcome back.
Hi, everyone.
Did you get snacks? I got snacks. Chocolate for
Look at all
breakfast.
my snacks.
Hello.
You're all my snacks.
I identify as a
And
snack.
everyone in chat. Oh. Anywho, hi everyone, and welcome back. So you wake up from your sleep. I should have done this in break, but yeah, you wake up from your sleep. And are you making food in the morning? Are you heading out? It is going to be a steeper. It's not yet rock climbing, but it is going to be a steeper climb. And anyone who's proficient in nature can make me a survival or nature check.
Ah, hell yeah. That's me. That's what I'm here for. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Fib, as you are setting out as you're working up to set out for the day, you can see in the sky and almost sometimes smell that there's the possibility of a storm.
Like what kind of storm? Like a thunderstorm? Is it going to snow? Or is it going to rain?
You know, it's closer to winter. It is October, the end of October. I'm using the regular calendar because I will not deal with fantasy days and calendars and weeks. We're not doing that. But you can tell the sky is getting grayer and darker and coming in from the horizon. And the higher you get into these mountains, the colder it is. And you did see at the peak of these mountains, it was a bit snow-capped.
See. Okay.
So by the cold wind that's coming in, you would assume it could be a snowstorm.
Fib is going to take out her shepherd's crook and hold it out in front of Lucy to just kind of stop her for a moment. And she says, "Do you smell that?"
Smell what?
The chill on the air.
What do you want me to roll to see if I do?
Nature. Or survival, either or.
Oh, 19 on a nature check.
You do more than smell it. You kind of feel that almost when you come out of a warm room and then you walk towards the cold outside, you feel that instant breeze, and you can smell a bit of that cold coming in.
Dry crispiness that's just in the air.
It smells like when I used to get nosebleeds.
You might want to talk to Roland about that. There's a snowstorm on the horizon.
Well, good thing we bought warm clothing. If it looks like one's about to hit with 10 minutes warning, I can just pop up a tiny hut.
That'd probably be a good idea. Depending on how bad it's going to be. Fib just walks out in front.
Also, for those of us who aren't acclimated to high altitudes, we should take some time. Doesn't make sense to push through when all we're going to do is get sick. And you see Roland go into a bag and pull out some pills and pop them in his mouth.
Hey, Roland.
Penicillin?
Promethazine.
Oh, right.
Yes,
That's a
Lucy.
word.
It's mostly used for motion sickness and high altitude sickness.
What's motion sickness?
So when you sit in a cart for too long, your inner ear starts working kind of weird for some people, and it makes you very dizzy.
Oh, I get that all the time. I just can't help but knit in the cart.
He'll hand her like 2 pills.
Squirrels them away.
Sorry,
Len, would you
Lucy.
mind prestidigitating my ear warmers? They're a little cold. Thank you. Now nice and toasty.
So, you set out for the day. We're gonna go through 3 days, and depending on who's going in front, I'm gonna need you all to roll a series of checks for me. We're gonna need for each day someone to roll survival, and 2 people to roll perception, because this is a well-worn path. But it is covered up. It is overgrown, and just nature has taken its toll on it. So it's not easy to follow at just a moment's notice. At a glance, that's what I mean.
I'll take the survival check, or
Okay.
checks if somebody else wants to take the perception checks.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the perception unless somebody else has a higher perception than me.
I have a +1.
Me too.
Okay, I'll take perception.
So for as you set out, all nice and toasty warm for the cold weather that's about to come in, I'm gonna need you to roll a survival and a perception check. 2 people perception check. With 2 perception checks per day, and they need to be different people.
I'll take the first one. First perception.
Natural 20 on survival for 25.
Natural 20. Okay.
16 on perception.
Okay. Fib, for you, you know the land. You know how to look for signs of traveling, of animals, of where things are, and you are able to follow the path quite easily, avoiding interaction with what you would assume are big animals that live in the mountains and the forest. Anthony, you are able to help Fib with this to avoid any fights, as you notice trackings of probably bears and other larger creatures, even some as small as fox. You've noticed a few fox sends in the soft earth. But with your perception and survival, you are able to pass this first half of the day. We'll roll the survival. We'll keep it rolling for the day. But somebody else do a perception check for me.
I'll spend a nat 20 since I haven't done one yet.
Okay.
Thank you, subs.
With your nat 20, you're able to keep a lookout, and you're able to sidestep an area where you're pretty sure is a cave where bears live, getting ready to hibernate. So with that perception, you're able to just point it out quietly, so you can sidestep that and avoid that. So next, it is getting colder. So by the end of the day, those who you think are not accustomed to a cold climate, especially up in the mountains, please roll me a Constitution saving throw.
That would be me. 16.
20.
16, 20,
25.
25. You are fine. You are fine. Wait, where's...
I would like a damn to be put in front of that fine. Thank you very much.
You are damn fine.
Thank you.
But even now, especially you, Lucy, since Fib showed you what signs to look for, you can really feel the chill in the air now. Even the rest of you can. And you can smell it and feel it as it comes into your lungs and just dries out your nostrils, and you can feel that sharpness of coldness in your lungs as you take in the breath. And you go to sleep. What are you doing? Doing the house, tiny hut, camping?
Do you want the house? Be a bit. Oh, the tiny hut would be fine. House would be more secure, but they're both equally fine.
How is the house more secure?
Nobody can get in.
No one can get into the hut other than us.
Can we just make a choice before I freeze?
Can we leave him out here and see if he turns into a popsicle?
Anthony, sure.
I meant you, but okay. How tall is the
Tiny hut. It
The
fits
house.
you. The house. It's like a regular. It's maybe about 7 feet tall, 8 feet, so you can fit comfortably in there.
What if I put the hut over the house?
You can't. The hut is not that big.
Okay. Never mind.
You can put the hut in the house if you wish.
No.
Fib throws her cloak over Rollin.
Yeah, Fib, you don't feel the cold that much.
She's got 2 cloaks. You know how like you'll double
Yeah.
layer in
Yeah,
cold
yeah,
weather?
yeah.
You have the heavier one and the lighter one underneath.
Yeah. So,
As
hut.
it is.
Okay.
All right. Pull out the little ceramic house and just kind of say the word and toss it into the space that it can allocate and watch it
It
become
pops
a
out.
house.
As it pops out, you do notice a few scattering, so you might have scared a few birds and foxes.
Oh, no.
But the house is there, and you're able to, if you were to go find wood, you're able to make a fire. Keep yourself soft, nice and warm. um, and because you have the safety of the house, I'm not gonna make you roll perception checks, but so you can all have a full night's rest. The next morning comes, and we set off. I will need another set of rolls from everyone. Survival and 2 perception checks.
23 for survival.
23.
Um, 15 for perception.
Are we all rolling both?
No, I need 2 people to roll
okay.
perception and 1 person to roll survival.
That's all Fib and Anthony.
Who's gonna roll perception for the second time?
I'll do it.
You two should trade off for the second perception check.
I'm gonna spend my inspiration. And nope, that was even worse. Okay.
Amazing.
So 10 and a 4, so better one's the 10.
Maybe you could help each other.
Yeah.
To get advantage.
You
That was
coulda.
with advantage. I rolled a 10 and I had a 4.
Plus
Oh.
0.
If you're asking for a survival check, I rolled 2 18s.
Well, Lucy just rolled, so
Stuck with it.
you're stuck
Or-
with the 10.
Perception, 2
Wait.
18s then.
That's
Wait,
what she I rolled perception.
Fib rolled survival, Anthony
Ah.
rolled first perception, and Lucy
Yeah.
just rolled second perception.
Yeah. So we're doing 1 survival roll and 2
Two
perception
perceptions.
rolls. What is your survival?
I'm in danger.
+1.
+1?
Yeah.
What's +5?
I have +1 in perception and survival.
I just
Doesn't matter.
roll well all the time.
It's true. You're insufferable.
If this is how we go,
As-
this is how we go.
As you go by. Okay. You all with fifth survival check, you are still able to follow the path. No worries. And Anthony, for the first half of the day, you are able to keep the party on track, avoiding dangers. With the second part of the day, let's see, with a 10, you're able to keep people out of danger, you think, and you're feeling confident as you did the day before. And let me see.
I'm in danger.
Give me a second. I have too many tabs open.
So you see, Fib, if you take the lipstick and you go just above your lip line, just a little bit, it gives the illusion of having a fuller lip without going too overboard.
Why would you want to do that?
Well, to make yourself look more kissable, obviously.
Does a 16 hit you,
Hit who?
Lucy?
Yes.
Lucy, you're walking, you're perceiving, and as you're walking next to a few trees, you feel this large mass just wrap around you and constrict you and
Ah.
lifts you off the ground, and the rest of you see Lucy constricted by a giant snake that has this almost blue icy sheen to it. And you take
Oh no, an ice snake!
you take goddamn 14 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled.
Ouchie.
So y'all can roll me initiative.
18.
Okay.
May we please have an initiative tracker?
Yes,
we
one
track it in,
second. God, where's my initiative tracker? Here we go.
Is this one going to be theater of the mind, or are we having a map?
Theater of the mind. It's just
Vulcan.
yeah. But,
Snaky snake. You just hear a help.
Huh.
oh wait, no. Sneaky snake.
Damsel
There you go.
in distress.
As you talk, it constricts you even more.
Stop exhaling!
So, Rollin, what is your initiative?
18.
Okay, let me add that for you.
I also rolled an 18 in roll 20. Hilarious.
18. Lucy, it is your turn. You are currently.
Oh, hold on. Let me put
What?
me in.
Oh, you're not in.
No.
Why do I have so many?
19.14.
I'll just add the 19. Lucy, it is your turn. You're currently incapacitated. You're restrained
Ooh.
and. Sorry, you are restrained.
How do I try and break out of this grapple?
You have to make a strength check.
That's a 2
No.
with a +0. Am not strong.
Mm-mm.
Carry on.
You feel the body of this snake tighten around your torso and your arms a little bit more. Next, it is Anthony.
I think he just kind of whistles and kind of, you see like a bunch of gears kind of magically appear in front of him as Freya vanishes, and he expends one spell slot to make her vanish and reappear into a force cannon. And she will act
Mm-hmm.
instead of him acting.
Mm-hmm. So she
kind of maneuvers around to a point where she can hit the snake and just kind of wiggles down into the ground and just honks very quietly in a shot of force.
okay, roll to hit.
24. Hit?
Yeah, it hits.
Okay. 5 force.
Okay. 5 force. Lucy, you take 2 force damage.
And the snake and Lucy are kind of pushed 5 feet back from Freya.
You kind of just swing with the snake. It's like a really, really horrible tire swing.
Sorry!
Next, we have Rollin. You have the snake and Lucy together just swinging on this tree. You hear a loud hiss as you see the head of the snake come up, and Lucy, it's almost right next to you. You can see it come out in front, and you see these large fangs just dripping venom. And you hear like this little like
Hard hit him fast. He's going to twin a haste spell targeting Anthony and Fib. Oh, that's emboldening bond. Do I have any bonus actions I can take? As a bonus action, he's going to. No, that's later. Yeah. Pulls out his sling and he'll wait for someone else to move.
Okay, if that is your turn, it is Fib's turn. You are hasted, and
Oh.
Lucy is constricted.
Oh boy. Fib likes getting hasted. That's always fun. She's going to use her bonus action to Hunter's Mark the snake.
Mm-hmm.
Then she's going to move forward and attack. I have the right tab open. A 27 to hit.
It hits.
Okay, it's going to be 12 bludgeoning damage and 1 Hunter's Mark damage. She took the Crusher feat this level, so that means that she can, whenever she does bludgeoning damage, so long as this thing is not more than one size category larger than her. Is it a large creature?
It is a huge beast.
Okay, she cannot move it, but she would be able to otherwise. So she like hooks her shepherd's crook around it and tries to yank it down out of the tree.
It's a big girl.
It's just too big.
Yeah.
So that's her first attack. She's going to go for the second one.
Okay.
11 to hit.
Does not hit.
All right. Third attack, she's actually going. This is a bad idea. She's actually going to target Lucy.
Okay.
26.
Why?
Yeah.
All right. She has not Hunter's Marked Lucy, so she only does 12 bludgeoning damage to her, but she yanks it out of the snake's grasp.
To yank her, you'd have to make a strength check.
Because she's restrained.
Because she's restrained. She's grappled.
Normally, when you I'll try.
If
you force a creature to move, the grapple is broken.
But that's not the case with restrained.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she's considered restrained.
I'll do a strength check then. If that's what you would prefer.
Yes. Because right now you just kind of really whacked Lucy really hard.
Natural 1 for a 5. Oh, shoot. You know what? I'm using my natural 20.
Okay.
Thank you, subs. I'll find some way to cheese this game.
Rollin is watching Fib hit Lucy, and he just steeples his fingers together and presses it to his mouth. Like
she reaches up and and hooks her around the neck.
Well, okay, still take that. I would say instead of the attack, I'll let you do the strength check. She doesn't take. Yeah.
I fully intend to deal damage.
I'll still take that damage. Lucy has a bloody fucking nose right now.
She like hooks her around like the neck and shoulder and yanks once and it doesn't work, and then she just plants her feet and yanks again, and then just pulls her onto the ground.
Yeah. You're able to with a natural 20, you are able to. You're able to hook Lucy and use your strength against the snakes and just pull her down, just slip her from its grasp, and you see the constrictor's snake's body just wrap around nothing. And you hear it hiss. Lucy, you are now on the ground, bloody nose.
She looks down. Sorry!
I look to Rylan. I'm glad they're getting along.
And since I did hit the snake at least once, I'll go ahead and mark it.
Yeah, you can do that. It is now Sneaky Snake's turn. And it's going to make a bite attack.
Turns out that you do know the snake might go after Lucy again.
That's fair. Good thing he rubs his hands. I'm gonna go hit it 3 times.
Does it want to try and constrict again, or does it want to bite?
Oh shoot! You're supposed to have a fourth attack when you
Go ahead and
you
do it.
attack. You attack twice when you're hasted, right? Or no?
Yeah.
No,
it's
attacking
an extra
once.
extra
Okay.
attack.
Sorry, never mind. It is
Yeah.
only once.
Okay. Roll me a d2 or odds and evens on any dice. Anyone who wants to.
Odds.
Sarah.
I'm rolling it.
Unless you're a fighter, then essentially you just have 7 attacks.
I picked odds and I rolled an 18.
That's even.
I know, but I said odds. So if you need me to pick odds or evens.
No, I don't need you to
Okay.
pick odds and evens.
Okay,
I
then
just
it's
need
just
you to
an
roll
even.
odds or
It's an
even.
even.
Yeah, it's gonna try and constrict you again.
Great.
It's hungry. There are not a lot of animals out in the Does a 19 hit you?
It'll trigger my sentinel attack.
Yep.
Yep, because I can't even shield against that. That's gonna hit me.
22 to hit.
22 hits.
8 bludgeoning damage and 4 hunter's mark.
Okay. Let me double check here. We have 17, 18, 19, 20, 32, 36, 41,
Those are a lot of scary numbers. For why?
49, 52, and 56. Okay. It it is called. It's an attack, so but it's still attack if you hit Sentinel because it doesn't. It's not a movement thing technically.
I can't move it out of the
Yeah.
way, which would be nice. Oh my gosh, this build is really good. Because if I were able to like push it out of the way and get it
Yeah.
out of range, then it wouldn't even be able to attack.
No.
If you're looking for the damage to deal out to permakill Lucy, it's 118. If that's
No,
what all those
I'm
numbers are about.
No,
Okay.
no, they're not. You're fine. It is going to constrict you and then try to move away. So, you are grappled. You are restrained. You take it's 2d8 plus 4. What is the average? 9, 13 points of bludgeoning damage. And it's going to start moving away. Its speed is half because it has you, so it is just 15 feet away that it starts moving. Or you hit it with Sentinel, so it can't, correct?
Speed reduced to 0.
Yeah,
Yeah.
speed reduced to
Okay,
0.
so it can't move, but you are grappled by it again.
I knew something was up. I was all like, where is it?
Lucy rolled a 10 on her strength check. I know I'm next in line.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Carry on.
Lucy,
Okay.
no.
Lucy
and-
looks bloody.
Yeah.
She is
bloody.
heavily bruised. Do with that what you will.
Anthony, oh boy, Frank has her turn, so got a rage. Go in to smack Snake Pal. Smack.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Warhammer. $19, non-nat 20, and a 14.
Nat 20. The nat 20 hits.
No, non-nat 20.
Non-nat 20. Okay. And the yeah, they both hit.
Oops. Gotta take into a rage. And the 14 doesn't hit.
The 14 hits. Yeah.
Okay, 14 hits. Okay, so math time. For the first series of numbers, 15, 16, 17 is the damage for the first hit.
How much for the first hit? 15 damage?
No, 17.
How do you want to do this? It had like 4 hit points.
Oh, he's just hitting it and hitting it, and then comes back up and holds up the snake and says, I killed it.
How much damage does Lucy take from his attack?
I will say because it's a direct attack and not just a force blow from Freya, you do not take it because there is part of its body that is not wrapped around you.
Cool. Thanks for not killing me, Jen.
But you feel the body constrict even more, Lucy, and then kind of relax, but you're still wrapped around this huge, like, heavy ass, like, snake.
There's
like
there's a very quiet help.
Its torso is as big as its own torso is as big as yours.
Yep, got it. Thanks.
And it's wrapped around you multiple times,
Yep,
so it's
got it.
gonna be
Cool.
if you will
Ron
get any
just
help.
Takes a dagger, cuts away.
Yep, Fib uses her shepherd's crook to help pry it off of her.
What you at, hun?
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Lucy. I thought I was going to get you away from it.
Lucy's at 18 out of 59.
Anthony's just holding up the snake and just kind of pushes it away.
Fib will drop her hunter's mark and she will cast a healing spirit.
Okay.
Saying the name of the little goat kid, Wilhelmina. She's like, Wilhelmina, I need your help. And a little goat kid, oh no, it's transparent and glowing, kind of hops into Lucy's lap and curls up. And you will receive a d6 of healing every turn for 10 turns. So basically 10d6.
It's so fluffy.
I'll just roll it. It's overtime.
You
25.
feel it like butt gently against your
Wings.
tummy.
Any of those ones?
A lot of them.
I'm going to spend a sorcery point for empowered healing.
What does that do?
So, while I'm not incapacitated, whenever myself or an ally within 5 feet roll dice to determine the number of HP a spell restores, I can spend 1 sorcery point to reroll any number of those dice. So reroll those ones, honey.
I don't know which ones were ones.
Pick 5 of them.
I'll make
Pick 5 of them. Yeah, pick half of them.
Okay. See, and I don't know. Here, I'll let you know in a second. I'll make a macro.
Yeah, that's
and-
fine.
Or, you know what? Reroll everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Just reroll everything. It's fine.
I'll make a
Pick the
macro
new
and
roll.
I'll make a macro and roll 20. It's fine.
Lucy's just sitting there swaying with a sheep in her lap.
Bless. Okay, 10d6, reroll ones. What? 44 hit points.
Oh my gosh.
How you doing,
Feel the little
Lucy?
kid just kind of bump you with its head gently.
I felt awful and now I feel better. But also I just feel gross. She just looks at herself. She's covered in snake guts and just her own blood.
Digitation.
Hey, have you ever wanted a nice snake fillet?
And the haste the haste drops, so Fib
This
just
is
kind
gonna
of
twinge.
flop. Oh yeah, shit. Fib flops on top of Lucy.
Oh, oh. This isn't how I thought my afternoon would go, but you know what? I'm open to it. It's fine.
Sorry.
Do you need a blanket? You're rather cold.
Bit of a reprieve then.
Tiny hut?
Tiny hut.
Lucy just kind of gets out of this weird cuddle pile and she'll go do tiny hut.
You see Wilhelmina kind of do that kid jump where it like kind of tries to jump and then kind of disappears.
Aww. Like the little jump kick.
Yeah, a little jump kick.
Rollin is going to just get like a sapling, shave it down, skin the snake, and then skewer it. Cast a firebolt to make a fire, and then just start roasting.
Is that their good eating?
They're high in nutrients.
As he's setting up the alarm spell, Anthony just starts wheezing as the haste wears off. Yep, that hurts every time. Yeah, fuck. Goes back to making the alarm.
Are we
You
gonna
okay,
long
Ann?
rest here, or
It can't be good for your heart.
that's why?
My heart's fine. I already died. It's a new heart.
Still, when you're hasted like that, no caffeine.
Maybe
Why?
a short rest and then we carry on.
It was the last leg of your journey, so you can take a long rest and sleep for the
Okay.
night.
Yeah.
Since you were the last perception check. So you can take your long rest.
Seeing as you and I are some of the more squishier targets, Miss Lucy, he's going to basically eat a 4th level spell slot to regain some sorcery points, and then he's going to twin Death Ward and tap himself and Lucy.
What does
Death
that
Ward.
It's nice. It's a nice
Anytime an instance of damage will take you down to 0, instead you drop to 1.
How long does that last for?
8 hours.
Are you doing it after you wake up?
No, he's doing it. Oh, yeah, probably after they wake
Yeah.
up then.
It was just that.
I'll never forget to cast Mage Armor on myself again.
So you go to bed. You rest after this impromptu fight against a hungry snake, and now you're eating it. Surprising turn of events. But you are able to take a long rest in your tiny hut. The morning comes. And you can see outside that it's snowing. So
It's beginning to look a lot like fuck this.
And then he'll just stick his hand out and say, "We should be careful on the mountain pass. No loud noises." Looks to Freya, puts her away, and then turns her back into a fire cannon. No sudden, abrupt noises.
What are you talking about, Aunt? 5e doesn't have avalanche rules.
Yet.
yeah.
Oh, they do.
Doesn't Rhyme have them? Anyway.
Quiet as we go. If we are to encounter things, just keep going and push them off the edge of the cliff.
There's no cliff that you can see.
What if they
Cliffs!
What if they push us off the edge of the cliffs?
Please don't let anything go off the edge of the cliff that has me grappled.
I would like to inform everyone now, I do not have Feather Fall.
Oh, I do.
Well.
It's okay.
Fall.
Fool.
Okay, you
Doesn't-
and Quinns,
does
honey.
Lucy have that?
That doesn't help
think
if you
she
fall
is.
more than 60 feet.
Well, then you wait until you can gauge about 60 feet on impact and then cast it on yourself. It's okay.
Oh, I have Feather
Yes, but
Fall.
if-
I can cast it on us.
But if you're not the one falling, and you can only cast it within 30 feet,
Then you jump after them.
Don't
Please
worry.
do
I've
not.
got it.
No one jump after me. I can. It's fine.
You
I'm
can
still casting
what?
Feather Fall on you.
I can go into a rage and just, die.
nobody jump after me either. I would hate it if anybody else got hurt on my account.
Oh, Knights in the Courtyard about jumping off things and raging.
Yeah. Well, nights in the courtyard that. And you're getting ready to go out for the day. It is snowing. So there's a fresh layer of snow on everything. So I will need a survival check.
Oh, that's me. Does
I'll
anybody else
assist.
want to do the survival check?
No.
Assist you.
I can do it. I have a plus 4
I
to
don't.
survival.
I don't need assistance. Watch me roll one.
You have nat 20s.
Not anymore, baby.
Oh.
You put that into the universe. No, it's gonna happen.
I used that nat 20 to give you 12 bludgeoning damage. 15
Thanks.
for that survival check.
15,
May I have another 5?
What?
15. It is getting harder to figure out the path as it is snowy, and throughout the day, the snow starts coming in heavier sheets, and you can feel the wind almost piercing your skin. But with a 15, you are able to get most of the way there. I will need another survival check from somebody else. We're gonna do 2 survival checks this day, but for the first pass, I will do a perception check. Who wants to do the first perception check?
I'll do the second survival and use a nat 20.
Okay.
I'll do the perception.
Perception 25. With your perception, you're able to avoid any dangers, any pitfalls, any other snakes throughout the path. The second survival check with your nat 20, Rollin, you're able to. You've been watching Fib and learning what to look for, but even with the fresh sheet of snow, you are able to figure out the path and see it for what it is. And the second perception check, I will need someone to do it with disadvantage as it is snowing very heavily now and your sight is obscured.
Survival?
Can Fib do it?
Perception.
Perception.
You can do it.
Fib will give it a go.
Lucy's too scared to try and lead again.
You say at disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Is anybody allowed to assist me?
Nope.
Okay, that's fine. I will roll with disadvantage. 19, baby.
19. You are able to see most of the way through. It is getting even more obscure throughout the day, and it is starting to be a storm towards the end of your journey. Now it is up to you if you'd like to keep going, but it is hard to find a place to rest in this storm. If I would say if you want to find a place to rest, you will have to either or you're going to have to do me a series of checks. We're going to be doing a skills check challenge. So rest or keep going through the storm.
I would advise rest, as the path is treacherous and getting caught out in the mountains during a snowstorm is quite literally how everybody dies.
But if we rest, the storm will keep raging and just get worse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Fib says that. But if we rest here, the storm is just gonna get worse.
We can literally wait out the storm with a combination of tiny hut and that fucking mushroom house.
The house stays up until he says the command word, I think.
The house stays up a certain amount of time. It's almost like tiny. I think it's 8 hours.
How long does Fib think that this storm will last?
Roll a nature check.
Okay. 18.
18. It looks like it's gonna last a bit.
A bit.
It's not the
as
heaviest
in-
storm, as in like a few hours, possibly a day.
Okay, so it's a matter of hours, not a matter of days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We could wait it out.
Could?
I have no idea where we're going, so I'm all for waiting it out.
There's just going to be more snow to trudge through at the end.
We're gonna take exhaustion one way or the other, I assume. Snow is horrible to walk through. Remember, the valleys get pretty deep in the wintertime.
What if I send a fireball ahead of us? Not a fireball, but a flaming sphere? Melt the snow ahead of us? Then it's just wet.
Possible. Could make a nice path.
Depending on how cold it is, it might immediately freeze.
And then
Which
we're
isn't-
walking on ice.
which isn't too bad so long as you watch your footing.
Being on
Immovable
ice
rod
uphill.
combo.
Oh. Cross-country skiing.
Mhm.
I get it.
Oh, it's terrible, and I love it.
What time of day is it?
It's getting towards the night, so it's getting a lot colder, and you need to decide because you're out in the storm currently.
Mhm.
The longer you stay out, the longer you're gonna get damage, and I will start rolling damage, and I will start rolling exhaustion points.
Please put up the house.
Oh, right. Pulls out the house and just pops it into existence. Everybody in. Let's get some wine.
We all tramp in and stomp the
Well,
snow
against
off our boots.
alcohol.
What about alcohol?
Advise
take
against
a-
it.
No, don't take that away from me.
Fib's going to use
Whiskey?
her primeval awareness to check and see if there are any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead within 1 mile of her.
You're muted, Satan.
No, there's nothing that you need to. None of those categories.
Okay. We're safe for the time being. I'll check again in the morning.
Okay.
All right.
So, you settle in for the night. Are you taking watches, or are you just?
You put the house.
Rollin will stay up a little bit just to look out the window and make sure everything's all right.
Fib always takes a watch, no matter how safe it seems.
All right. As you are sleeping and you take a watch, I'm not gonna make you roll for it 'cause it's pretty obvious. But Rollin and Fib, you do notice there's snow starting to build up around the house.
This is what I was worried about.
Silverhorn can always dismiss the house. We'll be in a little divot, and all we have to do is climb out. Or Miss Lucy can use that flaming sphere and carve us a path.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't fall on us.
Roll me 2d10, whoever wants to.
Oh boy. You know, I shouldn't be the one rolling. 11.
No, go ahead. Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. 11. It starts piling up and up and up. And it is almost covering the windows completely.
Oh. That's a problem.
But you're not gonna get bothered by any animals or monsters. So as you wake up with you're all awake and looking out the window, it is white.
Oh dear.
Hell if it hit the roof, but natural barrier.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't collapse on us, a snow well is a helpful way to go.
I will say also, your house lasts until you say the command word again. I was wrong.
Miss Lucy, if
Want
you
me
could summon
to-
that. Sorry.
Want me to melt whatever's outside the door and take a look?
Oh, well, I was gonna say just summon the flaming sphere above all of us, dismiss the house, and we'll have a pocket.
Well, I have to be able to see where I'm at. Or where it's at.
You can see out the window, though, right?
Snow.
Hmm.
All white window.
Draws the little face on the glass.
Actually, Rollin, prestidigitation, you can create a flame, can't you? Why don't we use that to chisel our way out through the front door first? See where we're
Oh.
at, and then I can get a visual.
If you want me to chisel it my way, I have Firebolt.
Could do that too.
Fib opens the door and it's just this wall.
Yeah, it's just a wall of snow.
It's
Stick
just
some beers in there.
a
Yeah.
pickaxe-style motion as he starts
Mhm.
slinging firebolts against the snow.
It does its job. It takes a little bit, but you're able to start carving through firebolt. Through it with firebolt.
Imagine the
Um,
slush.
It's just coming into the house.
Is what it is. Yeah.
Hmm. Once
Um,
Freya can get up on top of the snowbank, she'll start blasting it with her fire
Yeah.
flame to help out.
Yeah. With a combination of that, you're able to carve out most of it. Are you doing your fire sphere as well? Or are
Lucy's
you
gonna get
letting
out.
them carve out?
Lucy's gonna get out first, and once they have a way to
Okay.
see, and
Yeah.
she'll do it once she's outside. She won't do it from inside.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to carve out enough space for Lucy to walk through, and you see as you kind of climb the snow. I'm really not gonna make you climb for it. I'd roll for it. I don't mind. You see that around you there's like about 20 to 30 feet around you that is built up that high. It was mostly built up because you had a structure, but you can get out and there are places where you can go down. It's like a little hill now, and go out and walk on more shallow ground.
She will stake a immovable rod right outside the door, and she will cast her flaming sphere and move it forward to carve through that thicker area to get back to and find the path.
Yeah.
And she'll leave it up.
You can do that, no problem. You're able to carve this path out. You see the snow turning into water, and the water quickly, not freezing completely, but there's a nice thin sheet of ice on top of it. But you're able to carve your way out, and it's not really a tunnel. I would say it's carving the top side and into it so you can see up. So you're able to do that, and if y'all would like to take that route out, you can.
Do you think the ice is a problem? I've got a first immovable rod set. We can go in a chain for this one out. So it's another rod.
Yeah.
Last one picks up the last one. Wash, rinse, repeat.
I mean, if we fall, it's either on our butts or into a snowbank, so it's not horrible.
I could stay in the middle and we could all hang on to my staff.
I have several lengths of rope that we could use. I've got plenty of silk rope with me if you're afraid of a splinter.
Group of friends, hemp for enemies. Anyway.
Yep, go, whoever's placing the walkway, please stop the ground with your sticks.
Fib, do you want to take the front?
Sure.
She'll hand Fib one of the immovable rods and show her how to use it. Fib's will have the length of rope tied around it, and then it gets tied around Fib's waist, tied around Dot, and then the next person. Lucy will follow up the back with the final rod, and it'll be around Lucy's waist and then around the rod. So we kind of create a chain.
Fib will actually tie the first bit of that length of rope around the immovable rod and her staff, so it extends out behind her like a handle, so like the rest of the group can hold on to it as well.
You would be moving a little bit slower, so you'd be moving half your speed. But like I said, it's about 30 to 50 feet out of snow to get out of this huge snow pile. Just roll a dex check, everyone. Or
I'm gonna use an emboldening bond. Everyone gets a D4.
Nice.
Dex saving throw, I would say.
Oh no.
Thank you for that D4, because I rolled abysmally.
Oh no.
27.
17. Supposed to be
20.
good at dex.
Not
9.
9.
Rollin, no.
Soon
will-
sitting on your shoulder, Roland, and he just says toast before he scuttles away.
I will take the group average because it is almost like a group skills check at the same time. So while Rollin, you are you're slipping and sliding a little bit on this icy water. But the rope and everybody else keeps you in check as you make your way through.
Dot
Lucy
will come
keeps
up behind him.
prematurely planting her rod and just lifting him up by the collar.
Ugh.
I think everybody takes turns taking care of him. Dot comes
Yeah.
up behind him with her sure footing and nudges him back to his feet.
Maybe you should just ride Dot on the way down.
I could carry you.
Dot isn't big enough to ride. That's why I have Wolfert.
I am fine, thank you.
I could fireman carry you if that's what you prefer.
Oh, please do.
I could always summon Wolfert.
I'm fine, and I'd rather Princess Carrie.
I could do that.
Low blood sugar.
As you make your way through this tunnel, excuse me, you're able to make your way out and find steadier footing. It's about maybe like half a foot of snow now. So it is difficult terrain still, but you are not in danger of like, so maybe a foot of snow, I would say. You're not like in danger of being like blocked in by snow. But you see it is quite like everything is covered in snow. But someone make me a perception check. And you can get advantage if someone helps you if you wish, but just one person roll.
I
I'll
can roll.
assist.
I'll do it.
All right.
If I had an advantage, it can't go wrong, right?
Sure.
She says in panic. Oh, that's an 18.
Max doesn't agree. You find a wolf out in the snow. No. 18. You're able to see the pretty clear path. And you do see that you're nearing the top of the mountain, and you can see where it bends to almost a clearing. You can't see to the clearing, but you can see the entrance to. It almost slides down into a clearing at the peak of the mountains.
She'll point it out to the others.
Have you ever been sledding, Lucy?
No. What's that?
Do you have a shield?
I do. Pulls out my spare
I don't
shield.
want to get hit again.
No.
No. Set the shield down in the snow.
Rollin will clamber in and pat the front for Lucy to
It's a pretty big shield.
What?
just do it.
Go on.
She'll climb in.
All right. And I'll make sure they're on an even path before I just kind
That
of
their
do
feet
this.
are in.
Yeah, make sure they're all tucked in, make sure they have a good path, and push the shield.
Yeah, this shield starts sliding, and then it's just start picking up velocity as it starts going down this little hill into the clearing. And Lucy, you're sliding. We sliding down this hill.
Would someone roll me a D100?
Sure.
Deciding. This is how I decide whether or not Lucy likes something new.
79.
Okay, she has fun. It's a 50-50, so as long as it's above
Yeah.
50.
Baby. Sorry, my cat. But you're able to slide down this hill, and you get to like this almost picturesque valley, and you see pine trees covered in snow, a lake in the middle that's been frozen over, and just smooth, clear snow, smooth white snow covering everything. And the chill in the air is still really cold, but it's not snowing anymore. And you see the sun glinting up the snow and it sparkles like diamonds.
Can we do that again?
If you want to trudge back up the hill.
It's pretty
I don't want to do that.
wave from at the top of the hill and take out another shield. Come on, Fib.
You have 2 shields?
How?
Anthony hoards things. We've discussed this. He's a hoarder because he's a barbarian.
How far is it from where we are to the top of the hill?
It's a good 100 feet.
You might be expecting Fib to be hesitant for this, but she snaps the shield out of Antony's hands, tosses it in the snow, and hops on it. She stands on the shield and wraps a rope around Dot, and then just uses Dot to steer her down the hill as she shield surfs.
This is
a
the
la
time
Breath of the Wild.
when you really wish your character had Dimension Door. Instead of Misty Step.
So that you can poof back up to the top and go down again.
I could haste you if you want.
No, she wouldn't get that. She wouldn't get far enough.
Anthony watches as Fib steals his other shield and he starts walking down and just goes,
Aw, buddy.
Yeah, it takes a little bit longer because it is difficult terrain, so you go half your speed, but you're all able to get down to this really beautiful valley. And whoever would like, again, you can make a perception check.
Takes his shields back.
Fib gets down to the bottom of the hill. She's exhilarated from the ride. Then she turns around and sees Antony trudging down. She's like,
Oh, you wanted to go down with me. Oh, I'm so sorry.
How's the 16?
16, okay. Anybody else?
Oh, we're all rolling?
If you want.
I mean,
Whoever
I'll
wants to
roll
check.
for shits and giggles. That's a 12.
this is perception?
Yeah. With the 16, Rollin, you're able to see throughout the little valley. You do see a little spot of snow where you see some snow being almost like disturbed, and you see almost something burrowing. It's not big, but you can see something.
The hand up to pause. Points it out.
Do you want to go check it out?
I'm
I
not
can
the
make one of
stealthy
you
sort.
invisible.
Yeah, alright. I'm gonna turn me invisible.
Lucy will spend a warlock spell slot to make Anthony invisible.
Jumps around in the snow invisibly.
Yep. The spell will end if you make an attack or cast a spell.
Look at footprints in the snow.
Yeah. I'll go approach whatever.
Okay, who's going altogether?
Me.
Just Anthony.
Just me.
Okay, are you stealthing or are you just straight up going?
Sure, I'll stealth as an
Okay.
invisible man.
You have advantage because you're invisible, I think.
Yeah. Sure. 1 second. Whatever the number is. At non-nat 20.
Okay. As you go over to it, are you getting close to it?
I'll stop about 20 feet out just to see what it is.
Make a perception check again.
Okay. 14.
14. It is burrowing in the snow, so there's some snow in your way. With a 14, I would say you can tell it's something small, but you're not sure what it is.
Stare at it and crouch down, wait for it to kind of approach to see if it comes closer.
Are you making a noise or anything? It's just
No,
it's just
just-
in the snow. It's
If
just
it's
kind of making its way in the snow, just enjoying it.
If it comes closer, I'll wait for it to come closer, then kind of scoop my hands under it and lift it up.
Okay. It does notice you, and you see a little covered mound coming up to you. Almost trying to sneak itself. Make a dex check.
It's not a dangerous thing, is it?
I don't know. Is it?
I don't know.
We went down the wrong part of the mountain. We're back in Blueberry. It's Peanut.
Yeah.
Okay, a dex
What?
check.
Yeah.
Does my danger sense apply to this?
I don't know. Does it?
I don't know. Yes,
What's
I can
danger
see
sense? Yeah.
It's an advantage on dex saving throws against the effects.
It's not a saving throw.
Okay.
There's no effect.
Okay.
Just
Is
try
it
to
a-
catch it.
Is it a baby zombie from Minecraft?
Yes.
Oh no, it's so fast.
Is it riding a chicken?
13.
It's just
13.
below my what I'm seeing.
Well, you rolled more than I did. So, as you see this mound kind of going your way slowly, you snatch it up, and in your hands, you have it's about arm's length, but you see this blue writhing creature with like big whitish bluish eyes just blinking at you with little soft still growing mounds of red spikes on the back and little antennae and little pincers, and once you touch it, it's warm.
I have to stare at it and
Oh, no.
pause.
Oh, you
Can I
hear
roll
like
a- Okay, I'm just like, okay.
it's like wiggling in your arms.
You just hold it like a baby.
Make an animal handling check.
Muzzle tough. It has your eyes.
Thanks. I'm gonna use a nat 20 for just a 20.
I thought you were about to eat it.
Eat it.
I put a picture of it on the Discord. As you make an answer, you know you've only read about them in books, but the way its coloration and what you see, those little feet and antennae and the little reddish orangey mounds. This is a baby Remoraz.
I've just turned to the group. So its mother's probably gonna come find us pretty soon.
Put it back.
As you say that, you feel
Oh no.
ground shaking.
Put it back and get over here right now.
Fib was about to say, I don't know if they actually raise their young. Then again,
Throw down the house. Throw down the house.
Let's just set the baby down quietly, then yeet the house and say the command word.
As you do, you see this huge monstrosity just break out, snow flying everywhere. As you see a giant Remoraz? I don't know. I say Remoraz. Break out. And
first rule of D&D, correct pronunciation is however you say it.
Okay. And you hear this almost like just abysmal screech as it sees you putting down its child.
Sorry! As I run towards the house.
And I'm gonna need everyone to roll me initiative.
Is this gonna be the skill challenge?
Well, you know, putting down the house might be a skills challenge. Anthony's away from y'all.
Can you clear? Oh, it did read it. Okay.
15, 20, 21.
Real quick, we are at 10 till time. Are we okay to
I
go
am
over a
aware.
little bit?
You don't need to. I'm not
Okay.
I'm gonna cut it before we start the actual fight.
Okay.
But I want y'all to see if you can make it to this house. But I
Okay.
will put out an initiative tracker just so we don't forget.
21 for me.
Okay. Let me just go ahead. If you can just drag your tokens and click initiative, or let me know if I need to put in initiative tracker for you.
Yes.
Yes.
Put me in because I roll with advantage, but roll 20 doesn't roll with advantage.
What's your? You said 23.
21.
20. Okay. Well, I'm really rolling shit. But that's good for y'all. I have too many tabs open. God, that's only a. God, I don't know how to write.
Primaras are my favorite monster as a DM and as a player. Like, they just cross all those buttons for me.
A Remoraz, a Neolithid, and a purple worm walk into the bar. The bar owner does not have insurance.
Lucy, Anthony, Wildfip. Yep. Okay. Um, and you see, God, how much? I have to check the size of a huge monster, but she angy. You see its fins just flare out as this mouth with pincers and like multiple pincers
Oh,
open,
no.
and you see the inside of it a glowing heat.
I accidentally
You delete it yourself?
Yeah.
Uh,
I got it.
you got it?
Oh, sick.
The
Oh,
Corey
nice.
conundrum.
Yes. So, Anthony, what are you doing as you're putting down this baby Remoras and it's just wiggling in the snow? It seems like it was just enjoying some fresh snow.
So I put it down, and I'm going for the house. I yeeted about 10 feet in front of me.
Okay.
No, I'll say a little further, 20 feet in front of me, because I
Okay.
football through that thing.
Okay. All right. You go in the house. Rollin, what are you doing? I would say you're good maybe 30, 40 feet from the house.
Are we moving at half speed?
You are moving at half speed.
Okay. He looks at the Remoraz, sighs, twins haste on Lucy and Fib, and he will move his half of 35, 15,
It's 17.
17 feet towards the house.
Okay. Fib, it is your turn.
Fib is gonna smack the shield out of Lucy's hand and push her onto it, and then hand her the rope that is already connected to Dot and send Dot toward the house.
Okay. Dot is also moving at half speed. How much is that?
It's gonna be, well, if Dot uses all of her movement as well as takes an action to dash, she could probably get her all the way to the house, because half of 40 is 20, and then multiply that by 2 for the dash. She'll get there in 40 feet.
Can I recommend you push Rollin instead, because Lucy is hasted?
Yeah, okay, I can do that. I'll meta this a bit.
Yeah, that's fine. You know what hasted looks like coming from Rollin at this point.
Exactly. And you know what? Forcing movement on Lucy hasn't gone well in the past.
That's fine. You are smacked into a shield, handed some reins, and just taken. With 40 feet, you're able to take them to the house. Yeah.
Fib is going to turn around and ready an action to attack the Remoraz. She's not
Okay.
going to leave Lucy behind.
Okay. You're ready in action. Lucy, it is your turn.
Let me read up on what haste does, because this is the first time I've been hasted.
Doubles
You
your
can use
movement.
your action. Basically, it gives you another action to attack, dash, or disengage. Your speed is also doubled.
Okay. So my speed is doubled. All right, so that gets me 30 feet. I have 10 feet to go.
Remember, you are moving at half your speed, so if you're dashing, that is just your regular movement.
No, if I'm hasted and it doubles my movement, that makes my speed 60 feet, so half would be 30. Right?
Yes, so because you're moving at half speed.
Yeah,
So you're moving at your break.
I'm regular
haste would
speed.
basically
Okay.
cancel it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, even then, if
Yeah.
I'm 30, yeah.
Yeah, then also you're moving at 30 feet.
So I'm 10 feet away from the hut now. trying to see if I have anything. What's my highest level spell slot? She's gonna chew a warlock spell slot. There goes my second wand. And use command.
If you use your action to dash, DM's at the table with hasted, can you use another action to cast a spell?
I didn't haste.
Because-
Or I
No,
didn't
she
dash.
didn't- Yeah.
Oh, you didn't dash.
No.
Okay.
She just has normally 60
Yeah.
feet movement with the snow. It's
Oh, okay.
She will command it, and I will need a wisdom save from it.
Okay. I don't know. Wisdom save.
Did anybody else think that she was going to command Fib to run?
I was hoping.
That'll be her command word to the Remoras.
It's 13.
It fails.
Okay.
She shouts, halt. The target doesn't move and takes no actions. Flying creature stays aloft, provided it is able to do so. If it must move to stay aloft, it flies the minimum distance needed to remain in the air. So on its turn, it's got to stay where it's at.
Okay.
It doesn't
You
have
see it.
legendary
It's almost
resistance.
like a snake when it's staring at you. Like it's staying still, like in its place, but it's
Mhm.
like you see it tense up and it start kind of sliding back and forth and just staring at you all with this like heat. You can see the heat wave and the steam coming from its mouth.
Yep, so that was movement, action, bonus action, Misty. Or no, she can't Misty Step. Yeah, she'll just chill. Or no,
Okay.
technically Blade Song. Blade Song. I can Blade Song.
Okay. What does
Just
your
in
blade
case.
sound look like?
Her Blade Song. What did I say this looks like? After she utters. I got it. She utters a phrase under her breath, and as she draws her short sword, her eyes flash with an iridescent glow. Arcane energy begins to flow and swirl around Lucy, almost as if she's pulling it out of the air itself. It crackles across her body and down her blade, and if she moves to strike an enemy, there will be a sound akin to an ice skate blade being dragged across fresh ice. When if a strike does land, there's a crisp shattering sound as the blade makes contact with its target.
I love it. Next is Mama Ramaraz's turn, but she cannot do anything. She can't take an action, correct?
She cannot move.
She cannot move, but she can. Okay.
No move and takes no actions.
Can
That is
she save
fine.
again from this?
Yeah.
Or- Okay.
I would assume it's
No,
at
it
the
just
end of
ends
her
at the end of her
turn.
turn.
Yeah, the
Oh.
command word info is in the Zoom chat for
Zoom
you.
chat. Okay. Okay. So it does not move, but you see it shaking off the magic towards the end of its turn. It is back on top. Anthony, you're in the house as you see this Ramraz still staring and making a weird growling, clicking noise, and staring down at the companions you still have outside. And as you see the heat escape from its mouth, the steam billowing in the air around it, that's where we're gonna leave off. Guess, yep.
Cool.
Anyway, everyone, thank you for watching. Come by next week to see if they get fucked up by a Remraz. Or if they're gonna fight it. Maybe they're not gonna fight it. Who knows? With that, we're gonna end the session there, and we're gonna do a quick little outro. Let's start. I'll start with myself. We'll go the same order as we did intros. Hi everyone, I'm Satan, and I'm your DM for the day. You can find me many places, but we're not going to talk about that. What I'm going to talk about is the Loveland Foundation, which is a charity that I champion. The Loveland Foundation is a foundation that is meant for Black women and girls of color. sorry, Black women and girls to receive funding to go to therapy. They work with Therapy for Black Girls, National Queer and Trans Therapists of Color Network, Talksway, and Open Path Collective to make sure that Black women and girls receive high quality, culturally competent services, mental health services. And that's me. Next, it's Wings.
Hey everybody, I am Wings, also known as Danae Keener. The charity that I'm championing today, as I always do, is Special Effect. Special Effect is a charity that focuses on making video games accessible to people with physical disabilities, from modified joypads to eye control technology. Special Effect uses various methods to make games more inclusive so everyone gets to play.
Awesome.
Yeah,
RJ,
awesome.
what's yours?
Hey everybody, I'm RJ at RJS282 on Twitter and Twitch, but today championing the Black Visions Collective, which is a Black, trans, and queer-led organization that is committed to dismantling systems of oppression and violence. Sadly, they aren't currently taking contributions, so I recommend Unicorn Riot, which is a nonprofit organization that is dedicated to exposing root causes of dynamic social and environmental issues. Whew!
Yeah. Thank you for that. All links to these charities are going to be up in the chat. Thanks to our awesome producer. With that, Jen, it's you.
Hi, I'm Jen. I'm championing the Bail Project. It is a nonprofit organization designed to combat mass incarceration by disrupting the money bail system. It focuses on low-income Americans and local communities.
Awesome, awesome. And last but most certainly not least, the lovely Sarah.
Hey y'all, I'm Sarah. Welcome to my channel if this is your first time here. Obviously, in this house, we're a charity channel. My charity of choice and the charity that we donate to from here on out, every time I get a Twitch payout, is the Trevor Project. They provide much needed suicide prevention, counseling support for the LGBTQIA plus community, and focus specifically on at-risk youth. So if you'd like to know more about them, you can go to... Oh, I didn't... Hang on, I didn't hit enter. It's in chat now. Sorry. Lots going on over here. Yeah, but definitely check them out. They're a cool group.
Yes,
Thanks for giving us money to affect our game and letting me do this. It's me.
yes. Once again, thank you everyone so much for watching, for uh just talking in chat, just vibing with us as we vibe in this game, giving us your subs, your channel points, and everything. Um, and please come back next week to see what happens with this Remoraz encounter. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.